don't know how to do this, but I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna start doing it because it's the first video and it's not gonna be great. I've accepted that. Hey, so for this first video, I thought I'd just read a couple Reddit stories I found that I wouldn't say I related to, but just kind of like stuck out to me and thought I could give commentary on. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm recording though first because I don't want to have to redo this. Okay, we're recording. Also, don't mind my hair. I got it cotton colored and it did not come out the way that I wanted it to. It's about 6 inches shorter than I wanted it. So yeah, we're living with that right now. But let's get started. Let's just do this. Okay. So first story I picked was from the thread Am I the Asshole? I'll link all of them below, and I'll also tag the Reddit poster too. So here we go. Okay. Am I the asshole for not wanting to move schools in 10th grade? Off the bat, I would say no. But let's see. Hi, I am in 10th grade and my parents are looking for a new house. They keep looking far away from where we live now, and I've voiced my concerns of switching schools this late into high school. I also have a girlfriend, and that my parents don't know about because I don't want to tell them about her. And I also don't want to change schools because I don't want to leave her. But I don't want to have to get reestablished in a whole new school. I have changed schools 7 times in the past. So am I the asshole? Please feedback. So yeah, I chose this one because I did do that. I did that in high school. I grew up moving around a ton and it sucked. It sucked a lot sometimes. And I think I always was able to adapt, but I would say it's really hard, and it does not make you the asshole for not wanting to do it, especially in high school, because I mean, I think for a lot of people, high school is like where you have all of your friends you've had for the past 10 years or whatever, and you just kind of want to stick around with them, and that's totally fine. I would say that when I moved high school, it was really hard because I had friends that I had just barely gotten to know and kind of started to fit in somewhere, and then I had to move back to my old high school where I didn't have friends and I didn't really get along with anybody. So yeah, I don't think that makes you the asshole, but feedback. I wish something that I did was that I just talked to my parents. I wish that I had just talked to them more, told them what I was going through. Just tell them what you're feeling, how you feel about it. I mean, all in all, they are the parents and they're going to make that decision, but I think it always helps to voice your concerns. The girlfriend part, I will say, like, it's not going to be the end of the world if you lose your girlfriend, especially in 10th grade. I would say 9 times out of 10, those relationships just don't really last. So, I mean, I can't say anything. My parents, high school sweethearts, but you never know. But don't let that like be too strong of an influence, because that could change a lot. And who you are now in high school, especially in 10th grade, to who you are going to be in 10 years, completely different person. I know everybody says that, but you are. You're going to be a completely different person. Alrighty. Well, overall, I would say not the asshole, and talk to your parents. Tell them what's going on. They love you. Hopefully. Okay. Next story I chose, same thread. Am I the asshole And this one is titled, Am I the asshole for telling my partner he needs to live on his own? Off the bat, I would say maybe. Depends, I guess, how long you're with this person. But let's see. Let's see what's going on. Okay, my partner, male 40, has been staying at my house, female 42, for the past week. Last night, the topic of living together came up. He said the only fair way to split bills is to go 50-50 on everything. Fair enough. We both earn similar amounts, so fair enough. So I brought up the topic of splitting household jobs. His response was, I'm much slower than you, so I'll do the kitchen and you can handle the rest. Taking 2 hours to clean the dishes and a further 2 hours to wipe sides and clean the floors. Okay. I suggested he needs to learn to do it faster. His response was, I do it at my pace. I won't be going quicker. I pointed out it's not a fair division if I'm paying half the bills and doing 90% of the household jobs. So I suggested I'll be doing 90% of the household jobs and pay 10% of the bills. He's now complaining that it's not fair that I only want him for his money. His family are telling me he's just a bit slower to do stuff and I should deal with it. I've now told him I won't even consider living with him until he's lived on his own for at least a year and can prove he can look after himself. He's never lived independently, always lived with his parents, partner, or housemates. I'm now being called an a-hole because I've said that I'm not going to be used for free labor. So, am I the asshole? I would say no. I was wrong. So, I think coming from somebody who's only 25, and only been married for almost 5 years now, but it's just a lot of communication. I would say that like me and my husband have not always been perfect on how we accomplish stuff in the house, like chores and just regular house maintenance. And like it's been like challenging from day one. I think it's just you do have to set those clear boundaries and expectations of like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this, you're gonna be doing that. Cool. Balance it out. I mean, it's just a happy give and take. And you know, something I've heard, I wish I remember her name, but relationships are not always gonna be 50-50. Sometimes like you're only gonna have 10%. Okay, and you can come to your partner and be like, hey, I'm here. How are you gonna fill in the rest? You know, like where's this other 90% gonna come from? And if they say, great, I got you 90%, awesome. It's taken care of. But if they come at you like, I've only got 10% today too, then you talk about how like you go about kind of healing each other, you know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's just my 2 cents, which I guess is the point of this. But I don't think you're an asshole at all, especially if he's saying he's taking 2 hours to do the dishes. That's a little excessive. But I would just say if you really care about this person, learn to communicate, talk to each other, talk through it, and yeah, that would be what I'd have to say about that one. But yeah, he should probably learn to wash dishes better. That is quite an absurd amount of time for dishes. I guess it depends on how many dishes you have, but I'm going too deep into the dishes. But okay, let's do my next one. Okay, this is from r/am I the asshole. Okay, this one is titled, Am I the asshole for not sharing my private bathroom with my roommates? Okay. I've lived with roommates, and I will say if you have your own private bathroom, that's your bathroom. I guess it depends. Is it because if it is in its own like spot, like you have your own separate space for it, like it's connected to your bedroom, they have to go through your room, then yeah, that's your bathroom. But if it's in a common area, I'm on the fence. I mean, you can have, okay, let's just read it. Okay. I'm a 22-year-old non-binary person. Oh, wait. I'm a 22-year-old AMAB. AMAB. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is, but they are a non-binary person. I live in a big shared house with originally 4 other people. The way the house layout works is there's 3 floors, the second floor having main bathroom and all 4 of my rooms, for all 4 of my roommates' rooms, and the third being my room, which is a bigger loft room with a private bathroom right in the middle of it. Okay, I pay extra for the bigger room and bathroom. Okay. Everything had been going pretty smoothly up until recently. The issue, I guess you could say, started with one roommate who was supposed to move out, ended up staying and moved in with her boyfriend, who was already subleasing a room, last lease. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he was one of the original 4. Okay, so he was one of the original 4. So that's one of our roommates' girlfriend joining. Gotcha. Another roommate's boyfriend is also living with us temporarily, though no one gave me a clear time frame of how long. And we're adding a new roommate to fill the spot we thought would be vacant. So now, instead of 5 people using the shared bathroom, there are 7. Oof. Okay, now some of my roommates are making comments suggesting that their boyfriends should be able to use my bathroom. The reason is basically that I was assigned male at birth. I don't know what that has to do with it, but okay. So it supposedly makes more sense for their boyfriends to use my space than the main bathroom floor. It sort of feels like they're trying to gradually justify that this is a communal solution. And while I'm usually fine with our house being a shared space, open environment, I draw the line at my actual bedroom being treated like a public access bathroom. Now, to be clear, I was told the additional people moving in, and I said it was fine since I have my own space and assumed that wouldn't really affect me. But now it's starting to feel like I'm being expected to make compromises I never agreed to in the name of convenience for someone else. I'm planning to set a firm boundary and let them know that my bathroom is private, full stop. But I can already see them acting like I'm being unhelpful or overprotective of my space. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my roommate's boyfriends use my bathroom, even though I agreed to add them as housemates? They think it makes sense because of my assigned gender at birth. That's a lot to unpack in one story. Pause. I'm going to check if I'm still recording because I'm nervous. We're Gucci. Okay. So, I've lived with roommates, and not all of my experiences sucked. I've had good, I've had bad roommates, and I've shared rooms. I've never had my own private room, but in this situation, I would say you're not the asshole. And for them to make comments about how, for some reason, like your assigned gender at birth plays into this is very weird to me. I put that in air quotes because they put that in air quotes because, like, that shouldn't be part of the issue. Like, it's your bathroom. Whether or not you identify as male or female, it doesn't really play into this situation, and it shouldn't. Because it's your bathroom. You know? Like, anyway. To continue my story from before, I've had roommates. One of the roommates situations that I had was we had a 2-bedroom apartment, and so it was like living room, bedroom 1 and a bathroom, and bedroom 2 and a bathroom. But bedroom two's bathroom, which is the one I was in, had a door that was accessible to the public common space. And bedroom one's bathroom was not. It was cut off. So like it was their own private bathroom that they shared in there. So an issue that came up a lot all the time was that, can people just use our bathroom? And I would say for the most part, yeah, I was fine with it because it was connected to the shared space. But there were some issues where like I didn't want like guests of their side showering our shower. I was fine if somebody had to use the restroom. I get it. You don't have to go through somebody else's room. It's fine. Because our doors, how they worked was like there was a door to the public common space, and there's also a door to our bedroom like this. So most of the time we kept our bedroom door shut, so if anybody ever wanted to go to the bathroom, they could. But this being your own private bathroom makes me think that like it shouldn't be accessible to anybody, because like we never went into their bathroom, my roommates, or like our guests would never go into their bathroom, or their guests. Sorry, I moved my microphone. That probably sounded horrible. Sorry, I'll add a microphone warning. But yeah, that's your bathroom. You are not the asshole for saying this is my space, please don't come in here. And I had a lot of issues with that too. Like I had one roommate, I will not name names, she's a better person now, but she constantly go in my room, constantly, and just take things. I had an Xbox. She would take the Xbox and plug it in out there. And I'm the kind of person that like, if you would ask me, I'd say yes, pretty much all the time. So maybe that's why she thought it was okay. But there's finally one time I was like, hey, can you just ask me next time? And they're like watching a movie on it, and she's like, fine. And she just like unplugged it, put it back in my room. And I was like, you don't have to do that. You can finish what you're doing. I'm just saying, next time, can you ask? So, I mean, people are going to take boundaries differently. It doesn't mean you have to change what you're setting, what makes you feel comfortable. So, not the asshole. Set a boundary. If you need to bring a landlord into it, or pull up your lease showing that this is your space, do not cross my space, do that. I'm not really sure the legal aspects of that, but I would definitely do that. So definitely not the asshole. Anyway, next Reddit story. Yeah, I picked that one too because I've had a lot of roommates. So probably gonna do more roommate stories because they're fun and I can talk about more roommate stories. Okay. This is so much fun. I'm having so much fun. I'm getting more used to this now. So yeah. Okay. I have two more. So next one, this one was picked by my husband. I said, okay, I have to have a husband's pick, and I'll put like a little screen. Or not. I'm not good at editing yet. So this one is, am I the asshole for feeding a neglected looking stray dog that turned out to be my neighbor's pet? Right off the bat, I would say no, definitely not. But there's a lot of not the assholes today. I have to find some that are the asshole. I don't know, I kind of just read the titles of these, kind of skimmed them. So next time I'll make sure there are assholes in this video. Can I say that on YouTube? I take that back if I can't. Okay, here's the story. Every day before I took the train near my house for work, I would always spot a Labrador that looked like a stray. Small patches of fur were missing and its ribs were practically sticking out of its body. Ever since I first saw it, I would bring it some dog food and some water. 2 days ago, I was giving it water until I heard a voice yelling at me. It was my neighbor who said to let go of her dog. She said that the dog was on a special diet because it was once overweight. I asked her what it was doing so far from her house. She said, it's a free roam dog. That's in quotes. and walking him on a leash would be impossible. I understand why she may not like someone else feeding her dog, but he always looks so hungry. Oh. Yeah, again, I would say you're not the asshole. I mean, that's just common decency. That's just, hopefully, the base root of all human nature is to care for each other and care for living things. So, yeah, you're definitely not the asshole. Especially if it looked so sad. Small patches of fur missing and its ribs are practically sticking out of its body. I would say not the asshole. Let's see what some of the comments say. Not the asshole. Call ASPCA. I'm supposing that's some kind of animal rights stuff, but that woman is starving her dog because it used to be overweight and leaving it alone outside all day. That poor thing needs help. Yes. I mean, I get it. I will say that I've seen a lot of stuff right now with issues with dogs being overweight because we live in a big back society. Can I say that? I don't know. Sorry, I'm not up to date with a lot of Gen Z stuff. I don't have TikTok. I'm on Reels. I'm on that grandma TikTok. Even sometimes Facebook Reels. Don't at me. Anybody. No, I would say you're not the asshole. Definitely not. Keep feeding that puppy. I'd maybe even call somebody. Because if you can noticeably see how hungry he is, and if he trusts you enough to keep coming back to you, especially, he's definitely not getting the love he needs at home. So, not the asshole. Okay. Alright. Last story of the night, guys. Here we go. Also, I'm sorry I'm being super quiet. I live in an apartment complex and it's 10:45 at night, so trying to keep it down for the neighbors. Anyway, here's my last story. This one's a little bit longer. Okay. This is from r/petty revenge because I like me a revenge story. Okay. r/petty revenge. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I was in my chair. Oh, let me check if I'm recording. That's important. For Gucci. We're gonna have a count for this video of how many times I checked I was recording. Okay. My college roommates and her friends would eat all my food, so they ate brains. I forgot I saved this one. Ooh. I hope this doesn't make me gag. Okay, here we go. I was in college full-time and working full-time, so I had little time to meal prep. Same girl. Or man. Or not. I don't know. They didn't specify. I would make enough meals for a few days and store them on my designated shelf in our shared dorm fridge. I come home from a very long day and just want to eat and relax. But I'd almost always have no food left. 9 times out of 10, I'd actually walk in on them eating my meals. Dang. They'd even have the guts to say how good it tasted, and they're sad there wasn't more. This has to be fake. There's no way. Okay, I've asked over and over to stop eating my damn food. Nope, wouldn't listen. So I went home to my parents' house and made a lot of spaghetti. Good spaghetti. Knowing they would most certainly eat the whole thing. Sure enough, I get home from my dorm after a long day, and these 3, not even my roommates. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, just saying, okay, these 3, not even my roommate, girls are standing in the kitchen and eating my spaghetti, and the huge bowl is almost gone. Oh no. The one girl says to how much she loves it and wants to know how I made it. Straight face, I tell her that this is a common meal we make on the farm. We go to the butcher and get head cheese. That's suspicious. Okay, moving on. That's the meat in the spaghetti. She was confused. Total city kids. In parentheses. This has to be fake. Sorry, maybe first fake story. And didn't know what head cheese was. Okay, I'm sorry, that sounds like an STD. But you know me, I'm just a city girl. Okay, I answered, well, it's pig brains. Oh, okay, that's kind of horrible. It's really good, isn't it? That's what most of my meals are made from. She throws my bowl of spaghetti down and she runs to the bathroom, puking everywhere. Okay, bro. The others took off out of the dorm running too. That is how I ended up. Okay, hold on. Okay. That is how I ended them from stealing my food with such sweet, petty revenge. Nobody touched my food ever again, nor did they talk to me. Win-win. Also, the meat was not head cheese / brains. It was pork sausage and very lean beef mixed together to resemble cooked pig brains. Okay, there's an edit, but first let me give you my thoughts here. I would say not the asshole. They were stealing your food. If there is nothing more sacred to a college student, it is food and sleep. And taking away one of those things from somebody, especially while they're in college, and you already have a tight budget, and you're already not having enough money to pay for your food, is horrible. That's evil. I say that because I've had, bringing up my old bestie, the roommate from college, she would drink my milk, and milk is precious to me. Okay, I sound like a weirdo now, but I drink a lot of milk. And she would always use it, saying, oh, it's a communal product. I'm like, then you buy it. I'm always buying the milk. Or she would just eat my snacks. I remember I had these my favorite snacks in the fridge. I had, it was a treat because I think back when this happened, it was winter. It was some strawberries. Okay, they probably weren't that great. Utah winter strawberries. But I also had a thing of Nutella in the pantry. I came home one night and she had eaten half my pack of strawberries. And then on a college student diet, on a budget, I was like, why would you do that? Those are my strawberries. That cost me like $8. I don't know how much it was back then. This was pre-COVID, so this is pre-grocery interest rate nonsense. But yeah. Anyway, not the asshole. You're just defending your spaghetti. Right, here's an edit. Alrighty, geesh. Head cheese is not brains. It's everything but. Well, in my family, we just use that term as an all-encompassing. Every family has things like that. That's one of ours. Lighten up, lol. I truly wish this wasn't true. I would have been a lot happier and ate better. These girls were the true definition of zero efforts given. No morals. Asshats. When I say puke everywhere, I mean everywhere in the bathroom and on the carpet just outside. She was just puking by the time she got to the bathroom and puke painted the bathroom trying to get to the toilet. Ew. Okay, I wish I didn't read that. Hey, what's the top comment here? It reminds me of the time I threw a potluck dinner. One girl came and of course didn't bring anything again. After she remarked on how good the meatballs were, the one who made them was proud to say that they were made of lamb. okay? The rude one makes a face and asks why no one told her it wasn't beef. I said, no big deal, just eat what you brought. Yeah, that's right, you didn't bring anything. This. Anyway, she was proud to say that she didn't eat pork. But oh, how she loved bacon. Yeah, I didn't know that. There's a common misconception about like what is a pork product and what is not. Y'all need to go visit a pig farm or something and learn where the meat comes from. Because bacon is pig. It's pork. So is ham. I got into the biggest argument with somebody that ham is pork. It's pork. I promise you. It's pork. Anyway. People be dumb. Okay, well, those are all the stories that I found, and honestly, this is my first video, so it's probably not gonna it's probably not going to turn out super well, so be patient with me. I'll post this, get it edited, post it, but I guess I should also like kind of tell you what I'm doing. I'm a new mom, and I just feel like I want a little bit more of a creative outlet to do something. And I had ChatGPT, my girl, write me a, oh shit, did I just say end? No, I didn't. Thought I hit the button. I have a button here. The detonate button. No, that's not what it is. It ends. Anyway, and the first one she said to do was am I an asshole reading based off my hobbies. But yeah, I'm gonna just post for 30 days, and if I keep wanting to do it, I'll keep going, obviously, for myself. I don't really care if this does super well, but I would just love to just, I don't know, start something, do something that's outside of being a mom, working, and being a wife. It'd be something where I just get to be me. So, my next video it says I should do is hobby corner. So, I don't know what that's gonna be. It says a cozy time lapse or tutorial. So, I'll have to pull out one of my hobbies. I'm thinking maybe crochet. I'll teach y'all how to crochet something. Like, something easy. I love to make just washcloths and coasters. I don't make too many like of a stuffy, plushy kind of crochet. I really am a little old grandma. I've been told since stage 2 I've been 40 on the inside. So I'm a little old lady on the inside. But yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for listening to me, whoever's out there. Or if nobody's out there, that's okay too. But how should I end this? Okay, I'm gonna end this just by saying I hope this is fun for me mostly. I care what you guys do. You guys being my mom probably is gonna watch these back and laugh. Or my sisters. But yeah, I hope I can find myself through this little journey I'm gonna take. Thanks, ChatGPT. Bye.